Jack, tell us what your favorite childhood memory is.
Probably when me and my dad would like spar, but at the time I had no idea what sparring even was. It was just kind of, I don't know, it was just something me and my dad would always do, but it was just got me where I am today, I'd say, and it taught me how to use my hands like I do, definitely, but it was just something I stepped into and had no idea, and that's a good memory I have.
So, does Fight Club make you feel more alive?
No, definitely. I would say so.
Tell us about your first kiss.
My first kiss. I definitely didn't see it coming, that's for sure. It was in middle school. Yeah, middle school, 8th grade. And there was a girl in my class that I would admire a lot, and she didn't really know I was looking at her, but I always was. And then I got close with her by the end of the year, and it was almost time to go to high school, which we were going to 2 separate high schools. I knew I wouldn't see her again. She knew the same, and she planned one on me on the last day. Unexpected.
Marla, what's your favorite childhood memory?
A vivid memory I have that I really like is running down the sidewalk she was my best friend, Lindsay, and I just remember feeling so happy in that moment and running down the sidewalk and there being, what are those games called again? Hopscotch? Hopscotch. And it's probably my favorite childhood memory is just running around free, not having to worry about anything with my best friends.
Were you closer, or are you closer to your mother or your father, and why?
I'd say my mother. My father was very strict in my house and I didn't like it. And so I avoided him as much as I could. But my mother, she was the soft, loving one that I always went to if I had any problems or anything like that. So I definitely say my mother.
Do you remember your first kiss?
Yeah, I remember it because it was so bad. I was actually sort of older when I had my first kiss, and I think that's why it was so bad, because we were both knowing it was going to happen, and it was just bad. It was like this. And
how old were you?
I was a sophomore in high school, so I was 16. Yeah. And it was one of those people where we had a fling for a little bit, and that happened, and then we pretended like it never happened. And so he would just be sometimes on the other side of the room looking. We'd know that it happened, but we didn't do anything after that. So it was one of those awkward high school times.
Jack, what are you most afraid of?
Losing. Bottom line, I was always taught to win, I'd say, and that's probably because if I lose, I feel like I've given up on myself, so I don't fear any man. I only fear losing.
Same question for you, Marla. What are you most afraid of?
I guess being vulnerable to people. I like getting my way and feeling comfortable with myself, and for someone to not see me that way is terrifying to me.
So you like to have control?
Yes.
Jack, why do you go to these support groups?
I go just because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I belong there. It's somewhere I belong, in my opinion. I've been going for like a year now, and I don't know, I wouldn't say I feel safe because I don't rely on anyone to keep me safe or anything like that, but I just feel like I belong.
How do you feel about lying?
I mean, there's white lies and there's actual lies that could hurt somebody. And I know growing up with, I don't know, I just feel like there's a line you can cross with that very easily. like growing up, you think Santa Claus is real, but that's just something, that's a white lie. That's kind of a lie. It doesn't help you, but it gives you clarity on some things. And then there's lies that aren't like that. They're lies that actually can hurt someone or ruin things. So we all do it, though. I know we all lie at some point, but try not to.
So it's all right for you because you're not hurting anyone.
It's not all right, but I just know that we're not perfect and people do it. There's not really an excuse for it. But yeah, I wouldn't hope to not hurt anyone if I'm doing it.
Marla, how about you? Why do you go to the support groups?
It's a place for me to go to forget about my problems, and I just get to listen to everyone else's. It's almost entertaining in a sort of way. And
But some of these support groups are for people who are dying.
Yeah, it makes me feel bad saying it out loud, but it's something that's there for me that I can go to even if the people are gonna be dead in a couple days. It's sort of sick that I find it entertaining, but it's a place that I can go to and I do feel comfortable there. And I'm not telling the truth when I'm there. I don't have anything wrong with me, but having that wall up makes it so that I have that control that I love having.
And you don't feel guilty.
There's a little bit of guilt in there, but the pleasure of it overrides the guilty part of me.
Jack, what are you looking for in a woman?
Just someone who's gonna, stick by my side the entire time. Someone who's not gonna let me down. Someone who knows I'm not gonna let them down. I don't know, just someone who's always gonna be there,
Marla, what are you looking for in a man or a partner?
Someone I can trust. That's probably the only thing that there need to be love and for there to be trust with that other person.
Jack, how do you want to be remembered after you're dead and gone?
I'd like to be remembered as kind of the person that you could call on if you needed me. I'd want to be the person that's just kind of like, he was always there when something was wrong. If you needed him, he would be there in a second, almost reliable, but I don't want to use the word reliable.
Responsible?
Like a responsible leader kind of way, I guess.
Okay. Marla, how about you? How do you want to be remembered when you die? After you die, that is.
I want to be remembered as a strong female girl who is confident and who, when you look at her, she's that girl where you think, oh, she knows what she's doing in life and she has everything under control and she knows what she wants. I want to be that person.
And that's how you want to be remembered.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you both.